Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's had a great weekend and ready for a great week. Should be something spectacular this week with oil going crazy and CPI on the agenda. So let's get into it, shall we? I've lost what I was looking for. There it is. So, overnight, of course, we gapped down hard at the open. Came down hard until the G7 announced that they're going to release oil from the strategic reserve. And then we started coming back up. So our high on ES, 67.01, our low, 65.84. So 117 points in range. NQ, high was 495. The low all the way down to, oh wow, it hit 24,000 exactly and bounced. So 495 points in range. I can do that math. Copper has about 400 ticks in range. The Ultra Bond, about a point in range. Gold, almost 2 full points in range. No, I'm sorry, 200. Crude oil, of course, hit as high as 119. I'm sorry, 119, something like that. 118.88. Dropped down under 100 now, back above it slightly. 23 points in range. And Bitcoin slumping down to 67.8. So that's the way it sits standing there, whatever body posture you're choosing to take on this Monday morning. So we see gold popping up here. And Q just popped as well. You see gold's been choppy on the 5. Nice pop on gold there. All right. We're ready to rock and rumble. You see NQ pulling back a little bit again. Still rising up to 24,425. Hey, Ron. How was the weekend? So we're trying to break the range here. Finally. Just want to head back up to the overnight high there at 495. Let's see if we can. I'm sorry to hear that, Ron. What? What happened? Morning, JC. Are you okay? Well, assuming you're, I mean, not critical because you're here, but oh, they don't know what's going on yet. So we pull back right into that range. And maybe bouncing back up. I hope everything turns out okay, Ron. Crypticon, how are you? Good to see you. Well, that's no fun, Crift.
Connection lost.
Still quite choppy here. We have no news catalyst today. No, let me rephrase that. We have no scheduled news catalyst today. But with all the stuff going on with oil and all that, you never quite know exactly what might pop. Got to do what's best for you, Crypticon. I was told that I should look at them. I don't know. I admit that I'm a little hesitant on uh, forex firms coming into futures after funding ticks. Although I did sign up with E8 Markets after they approached me. I probably I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do about new firms overall. I added 4 firms in 2025. Two of them have already gone belly up. That was Kronos and Funding Ticks. Savius screwed me out of thousands of dollars, and then Lucid ended up being a star. So, trying to figure all that out. See a crypt? Yeah, but wasn't Funding Pips considered one of the best forex firms before they came in the futures? I mean, now granted, Funding Ticks did it the right way. When they closed down, they paid people out. They did everything right. So I mean, I'm not necessarily upset by them closing. Businesses fail. There's you know yeah, I'll probably look into them. I got another one that's been bugging me called Funded Seat. It's wanting a place at the table. All right, I'll give them a look. Not even sure. We gotta even look to see if they have an affiliate program. Oh wow, they've been around for 10 years in forex. Wow. Rising back up here on NQ. Gold pulls back a tad. Waiting for our first opportunity. All right, cool. I will definitely get around to giving them a look this weekend, or this week. I mean, weekend. I'm already looking forward to the weekend this week. Hoping also to get my top 10 video done this week. Start doing review videos.
Order filled. Order submitted.
That looks like it's going to stop me out right away. And it is. Well, maybe not yet. Why is it not showing? Hold on. Did I take it on the wrong? Yeah, I got stopped out. Yeah, there we go. Took it on the wrong account anyway. So I didn't take a loss on, though I did take a loss on every account. Okay. Small loss. That's fine. Of course, now it comes down. Oh, really? Stats about traders always fascinates me. Wow, big pop. Oops. Pulls back again. Gold pushing up. Crude coming down. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when the crude desk opens at the top of the hour. Copper on a huge run.
Hey everyone! It's time to gore the like button.
So I think Melody will be joining us today as the new co-host. I say think because I haven't heard from her over the weekend, but I'm assuming she'll be here. We have a stream tonight as well, and on that stream we will be giving away a couple of My Funded Futures Rapid evals. So tune in for the opportunity to win. Gold pushing up. Kind of just chop it. Here, chop it, chop it. Morning, RJ. How are you doing? That purple candle on the 1 would have worked. We got a purple candle forming on the 5. That's interesting to me. Let's see how it goes. Hey, sire. We're watching and waiting here for see whether or not we want to take a trade. We're going to short here, right? Maybe not now. That's the most convincing. Nope. No play right now yet. Didn't trick me, haha. And we pop back up. IQ's testing the 100 EMA on the 15-minute chart, which is sitting at 461. Gold rising slowly. I think this is my short entry here. Patience, patience. Maybe not.
Order filled.
Short 2 micros. Ah, bounces back up on me. Hey, Jake, how you doing? There we go. There we got some momentum down.
Order filled.
Target hit, 20-point trade, 2 micros. That's a good one, Paul.
That's a winner.
Thank you, Jay. Good to see you. So I took that trade using both the info on the 1 and the 5. So first on the 5, let me blow up the chart. So on the 5, we had the bells. You don't see that top bell. Apparently it's off screen. Or why is it not showing a bell there? Oh, maybe because it's a micro. I don't know if micro charts can be a little bit weird. Anyway, I had bells on the regular 5-minute NQ chart, and you saw this come back up. So I didn't quite trust it. I went, but was looking at the 1 minute. You saw how it did this. Came down, came back up, and then we had almost an equal candle back down. I took the trade off that, even though it wasn't a purple, and I shot for 20 points, and I got 20 points. So now it's going further. I could have got more, but I'm happy with the 20 points, getting back to green and getting momentum. Gold had a setup there. I didn't grab it. We'll see what that does though. See my bells there. Then that red candle that was pretty much a doji. That was a perfect signal. My target, if I had entered there, would have been that 9 EMA that's sitting there, the white line. Let's see if it gets down there. So again, make sure to join me tonight for Monday Night Ox. We'll be giving away a couple of my funded futures evals. We're also giving away some of my funded futures evals in the Discord as well. So you should check. You can enter there. You can win every place. We're going to be doing them on X as well. I can't believe I'm starting to call it X. I promised myself it'll always be Twitter in my mind.
Order filled.
Accidentally hit that button too soon, but let's see what happens here. I just want 417-ish. I got in bad there. I should have been in at 408, and I got in at 411. This is going to stop me out. I'm going to get back.
Order filled.
I didn't put the stop at the right spot either, now that I look at it. But yeah, that was bad. But it's still green, I think. Yeah, it was a bad trade. Melody has been in here, comes in here every now and then. She's on the Discord as well. So know her a little bit, but has never been real active. So, but you will get to know her soon. She's gonna do like the last 90 minutes of the stream, I believe. Coming around right before the bell. That might expand at some point. Hey, John, how you doing? Gold trade would have been kind of stagnant. 20 minutes until the top of the hour. Trading's all right. Nothing spectacular yet. ES might have been the better play here. Look at that beauty. Beautiful purple candle down, and this is down 5 points. YM did a similar move. NQ's been kind of bleh. Continuing to move down. And as we notice, when NQ's moving down, you can probably check crude oil, and it's pushing up. Well, looks better on the 5. Pushing up. Yeah. I don't think Patrick Whelan knows I exist, so I don't think we gotta worry about that. And let me be clear, I'm happy that he doesn't know I exist. Bouncy, bouncy. Ooh, ouch. I'm gonna go back to red. I'm reading the chart badly, apparently.
Order filled.
Oh, stay green by 13 bucks. Okay, I need to stay away from that 1 minute chart for now. There's why you keep your winners bigger than your losers, though. I've won one trade, lost three, yet I'm still slightly green. And we're falling fast. So I should have been trailing this on a 5 minute chart instead of trying to fight it on the 1 minute chart. Here's the 5. Could have stayed in, moved it, moved my stop down, down, down. This could have been a much bigger trade. Oh, look, gold did finally fall. I said about this would have been a signal, and it's fallen about 6 points. Boom, 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 boom.
Order filled. Stop filled.
Took a experimental trade on an eval there. It didn't work. I was playing around with it last night. Just struggling.
Order filled.
Gold did get down to that 9 EMA. That would have been a good trade.
Order filled.
You hear me playing with an eval. That blue candle there on the one, probably not going to work, but I'm playing with it. Oh, wait. Crap. Did I take that on the wrong account? I took that on the wrong account, didn't I? Yep, I did. I think. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Okay. Okay. I didn't take it on the wrong account. I don't think. Why is that? Oh, okay. I see why that's showing. Never mind. Well, you will see my trade on the Z-Val. It was not intentional, but you will see it. Hey, Jay. Struggling with the 9 on the 1. Got worried there for a sec that I took that on, like, a lot of accounts. Accidentally. It's going to stop me out here. Take Profit Trader knows how to scare you. I had an eval renew that had been blown, which was fine. I didn't mind that, but they sent an email. Yeah, I got stopped out there. They sent an email that said your account has been thank you for resetting your account. Nothing about renewal of an eval. And I'm here thinking the only account I have is a funded account. What are they talking about resetting an account? I thought something happened to my funded account. I wonder if props are going to ban crude oil like they did metals. Or I shouldn't say ban, restrict. It's probably the better term. Looking bouncy, bouncy here. Or maybe not. Yeah, I don't know if I remember seeing Trade Day announce that either. A bunch of other firms did. I don't remember if Trade Day did. There's a pop. Not the most convincing candle on the 5. Gotta imagine brokerages have increased margins on oil by a bunch. Hey, Robin, how are you today? We're gonna have the oil desk opening. That's could be wild. And the way when oil moves right now, NQ and ES and all those seem to move the opposite direction. So have to keep an eye on that. Kind of sucks because we're getting a blue candle there, but I don't know if I'm going to trust taking that going into top of the hour. You see NQ popping up. That's a 13-point candle there, or was. All right. Minute to see what crude does as it opens. Had a wild night in crude as it rose up to almost $120 a barrel. Then the G7 announced that they're going to release up to 400 million barrels from their strategic reserve, and we saw it come down. We saw the indices rebound. We have CPI on Wednesday. We have an overnight stream on Friday. Not huge of a reaction, and the NQ blue candle would have worked. Well, I mean, crude's falling. It's down 50 ticks. Well, now it's bouncing. But the NQ trade would have worked. Gold falling fast. Pull back on NQ. On the 1. Well, on the 5 as well. Yeah, there's NQ going. Gold just took a big bounce. And oh, yeah, now crude is really coming down. It's down over a point on this 5-minute candle. Down 111 ticks right now. But still above 100 a barrel. See, if we were all smart, we would have taken delivery. It's stored however many barrels. I think it's 1,000 barrels when it was like at $58 a barrel. We'll really be in the money now. Not sure where I would have stored 1,000 barrels of oil, but you know. Having a beautiful trade off that blue candle. Only reason I didn't take that was because of crude opening. If crude had shot up, we would have seen it. NQ shoot down probably. So, but so crude. So yeah, 5 minute candle and crude closed down 120 ticks. Everybody got really quiet. Gold rejects off the 9. NQ seems a little confused. And NQ rejects down. Interesting purple candle forming there on the 5 minute chart. As crude just made a big bounce. So they are definitely moving in opposite directions of one another. Gold coming down, purple candle. Strong purple candle there. Q pops back up a little bit. You see that candle's now about half wick, half body.
Order filled.
I just went in short on 2 take profit. Well, two micro golds. Only meant to do 1, but I somehow double tapped the button. Showing. I'm gonna put a target at the bottom of that last candle. Not going real fast though. Yeah, not looking good there. I'm still live, right? Everyone got so quiet. Ace is usually here by now. And Q pops back up. Crew coming back down. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly. Nice. Yeah, I actually forgot to get the Mountain Dew, and I won't be doing another order until this coming weekend. So that was a dumb mistake on my part. Morning, Ace. I was getting a little worried. You're here later than normal. Hey, USC. Wow, look at NQ popping. That's a 41-point candle now. Hopping, stopping, popping like a rabbit. $50-point candle. As we're about 15 minutes from the bell. Gold's gonna stop me out. There we go. We waiting for something here. There's NQ pulling back slightly. All right. Ms. Melody is ready to go. So give me a minute here to get her in. All right, there we go. Get me here. Audio mixer there. All right. Okay. And let me do this. Hello. Good morning. Give me 1 minute and we'll bring you in. All right. All right, our co-host has arrived, Miss Melody. How are you doing this morning? Oops, hold on a minute. I must not have that set up right. All right, let's try that again. I didn't have the right button pressed. Okay, good morning, Melody. How are you today?
Good morning, everybody. Doing pretty good for a Monday, that is.
All right, guys, let me know. Oh, good. You can hear her, and does she sound loud, low, or just right? Doing the Goldilocks thing. All right, Ace says just right. We'll go with what Ace says, because Ace knows all. All right, welcome to Mighty Ox Trading Stream, Melody. Glad to have you.
Hey, it's good to be here. I'm really excited about this. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I'm looking forward to kind of just chatting with you guys. And I should say just a little quick intro. I know most of you people probably don't know who I am. I am the biggest lurker. So I like to watch live streams and never comment, and I like to laugh at all you guys' funny posts in Discord, but not do a lot myself. So, so I've been around for a little while, and I know most of you guys, but I'm looking forward to you guys getting to know me a little bit better, and we'll see how this goes.
It's quite the jump from lurker to being live on air.
I know, right?
So, tell us what you trade. Do you trade NQ, ES? What do you trade, and how long have you been trading? Let us know about you as we head toward the
Sure.
bell.
Well, I've been trading for about 2 years now. Yeah, I think I started just about 2 years ago. I really just kind of started looking to get out of my 9 to 5 office job that I wasn't loving. Still kind of working towards that goal. I've gotten into the prop firms, but I also trade a little bit of my own personal account, so I like to keep it fresh there. And I think mostly I just trade NQ, ES, and gold. I do trade micros on all of those, mostly because I'm using my personal account and I like to copy off of that. And I'm not rolling in money, so I don't have a 25K account to be trading full gold contracts on or anything. So I stick to micros.
Sounds good. We should all probably be sticking to micros anyway.
Yeah.
Especially with the volatility right now. Crude dropped under $100 a barrel. It's trying to pop back up now, but for now we're back under 100.
That's so wild with the oil too. I was watching it last night. I would never trade it personally. Been burned a couple times, so I like to watch it though. I can't really believe how quick it went up and down. That was a pretty big jump.
Yeah. Well, the G7 announced that they were going to release up to 400 million barrels from their strategic reserves. That's what brought it back down. But it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here if this drags on.
I would say it's the first time I regret having a vehicle that takes premium fuel. I was getting away with that for a little while, and now it's going to hurt a bit more.
Yeah, just a bit. So what time frame charts do you like to work off of? Are you a scalper, or do you try and go for bigger moves?
I definitely, this is the best part. I try to go for bigger moves, but if they take more than 5 minutes, I want out immediately.
That sounds like
So
me. Yeah.
yeah, I like to keep things pretty short. I do trade gold on the 1 minute, but I kind of like to keep multiple time frames open, so I kind of check the 1 and the 5. And then I actually really like tick charts. I don't know why exactly. It just for some reason the way that they pop up on my screen, I can see how things are moving. So I like to use 2,000 ticks on MNQ, and then I like a 6,000 tick on MES. And those are just completely random that I've kind of trialed and errored. But honestly, I would say those pretty closely match up to like a 5 minute anyway. So if you pretty much just say I trade 1 minute and 5 minute, that lines up pretty good.
Yeah, I wish TradingView had tick charts, because I do all my charting off TradingView, and technically they do if you want to pay like $200 a month for TradingView, which I'm not willing to do. So I can't really play with tick charts. I mean, I can have them on Ninja, but I do, like I said, I make all my decisions on TradingView, so could never really play with that.
I think that's smart though. I really wanted to get into TradingView, and I think just what happened for me was I opened an account through NinjaTrader brokerage, so I just kind of got into that software. It's ugly in my opinion, but it does the job, I guess. TradingView is just so nice because you can really play with how your chart is, and you can do all your extra indicators. I really do enjoy that. But yeah, the tick charts for like $200 a month, I'm not paying that either.
So guys, red or green, first 5 minute candle at the open. What are you guys predicting on whichever asset you want to pick? Remember, you can post that in the Discord as well and get points on the Discord engagement program for that.
So, Ox, I see, like I said, I've been lurking a little bit, so I kind of have a little bit of an understanding of what you're trading. I know the engulfing bars, and I see your fancy bells, and are there whistles as well, or just bells?
If there was whistles, it would probably be better, actually hearing something. But I try
Yeah,
not to make the stream too annoying. So, but
no,
yeah,
that's good.
uh, I mean, it works well for me if I actually take the trades or not blind to things that just seems to be a mental block at times.
Yeah, I think we all kind of feel that for sure. I had a little bit of a rough week last. I mean, it turned out okay. I think everybody had a little bit of a rough week last week, but it was one of those weeks where it hit me. I'd been doing pretty good with not tilting, and I kind of had a bad day where I tilted. So surviving last week was good, I think, and I kind of hope everybody else is in a similar boat of survival, not tilting, obviously.
Jake, welcome back. This is Melody, and she's more than a guest speaker. She's going to be the co-host for like the back half of the stream, or maybe a little bit more. Come in before the bell and join us each day going forward. As we get ready for the bell, let's see. Looking at the charts, I'm thinking we're going down at the bell. But I might change my mind between now and the bell. There's our
I think I could
2 minute.
sit here for 5 minutes going back and forth on whether it'll go up or down.
2 minutes till the
I mean, I don't
bell.
ever actually play the move that I think it's going to do at the bell. I always just let the bell happen and not actually play it. But it's fun to make the little guess. Ace, I think that's only an RJ thing.
Yeah, I'm not much of an impersonation artist, but I could try. I would have to know what that is, though. And sadly, I don't.
He does this great, like, old sounding brokerage guy, like when you call a broker on the phone. He does a great job. There's RJ. He says it's proprietary.
That's funny. Have never called a broker on the phone, and I can't imagine I ever would. But I do know that some of you guys have, and props to that for sure. I'm not a phone call person. That's the millennial in me.
I'm Gen X and I hate phone calls too. So text me, send me an email. Don't make me call you. Live chat, yeah, I'm fine with that. Now I think we're gonna go up. So we got 20 seconds until the bell.
Seems like people are wanting to buy up before. Does that mean it's going to go down? Everybody's going to short?
It's a good question. These are the hard-hitting questions we ask here at MightyOxTrading. Oops, wrong button. Oh, big pop, 46 points up. High of the overnight was 495. We hit 484. Oil coming down a little. Gold popping up. A new high a day, 24,502 on NQ. ES and Dow rising as well.
Oh man, are we gonna fill the gap? I've always wanted to say that, so thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, I gotta
No,
get.
I wish.
Go ahead.
No, I just wish I could trade that. You know what I mean? Like I wish I could just trust it and trade it. I'm sure we've all been there.
I was just gonna give a shout out to Greg Trades YM on the Discord, who entered a trade last night when YM was down in the 300s and said his target was for the YM to finish the day green. So he is up massively on that trade right now because it's up like 700 points from his entry. Our ticks, I guess. YM's ticks of points. So
Kudos to Greg for sure. I can't imagine sleeping with the trade on. That's also why I don't swing trade.
yeah, a little bit of a pullback here. So we hit 525, pull back to 500, but bouncing back up. Gold solidly up as well.
It really is. Gold likes to play in the mornings on me. So I usually do wait a little bit to trade gold. I also like to wait a little bit after for the indices, but sometimes I get stuck because the good moves can happen in the first 15 minutes, and then sometimes it'll chop for 2 hours, and I wonder what everyone's doing. So I get a little bit of FOMO in the mornings, but I like to look at kind of like auction market theory and volume profile and things like that.
Order filled.
And those things kind of help me
Order
stay
filled.
out in the mornings because they're not already fully formed yet.
I tried to short there, it did not work. Also had too tight of a stop. Now it's going to work. It would have worked if I had remembered to change my ATM to the higher stop. I was right, but ended up being wrong. Look at, oh wow, NQ coming down hard now. $50-point candle on the 1 minute. Bounces though. ATR 26 on the 1 minute chart, 65, I'm sorry, 38 on the 5 minute. There's
Kind of
gold.
looking like buyers are wanting to come in here. Push it up.
Gold really popping. Hey, Teo. Morning. Jay would like to know what's auction market theory.
Just saw that. Ooh, just saw the pineapples too. Cool. So auction market theory is kind of just a general term for what a lot of people institutionally used in like the 80s, I guess, or earlier with volume profile, and really it's been around forever. But what it basically looks at is understanding that every single trade is an auction and you have the best offer and the best bid. We all know that. And it's just looking at kind of how those interact at different levels. So a lot of people use like footprint charts and like I said, volume profile, and then also a lot of just like volume delta and things like that. So it's a lot of the like order flow type things kind of come from auction market theory, but it's basically just a general term for understanding when inefficiencies are happening. So are a lot of sellers selling at the top? How many buyers does that mean are also at the top, and kind of figuring out, where there's more buyers than sellers, where there's more sellers than buyers, and then just seeing if those particular areas react a certain type of way. I do know that when I went into auction market theory, I thought that I was going to learn everything there is to know about trading. And what I found out is that it's actually just another explanation of how trading works. But some of the tools that come with it have been pretty helpful to me for whatever reason. I think I really tried to get into the DOM too. Like I really wanted to trade off of a ladder. I thought that that was going to be the coolest thing, and maybe it will be. I never got into bonds. Maybe that's where it's at, but
I was gonna say I've looked at that, and with NQ, I think it just moves too fast to process on a DOM. It's just like you're looking at one price, and all of a sudden the ladder's up way. It's like that's for
no.
slower assets.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, if I do ever pull up a DOM on NQ, I cut it down to just single points instead of single ticks. And I just deal with it because it still moves like it's moving a tick at a time. Because, when does NQ move one tick at a time? Pretty much never anymore.
Well,
Man, I don't know what kind of scalping you'd have to do on the DOM for NQ. That's a lot.
well, Teo, now you know why his name is Psychosis. NQ purple
So it's things
candle on the
like
5.
this.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
There you go. I was literally just going to say, I was like, it seems like it wants to not fill the gap. The minute I said something about the gap, now it wants to come down.
That seems to happen a lot. I'll say, "Oh, look at this going up," and all of a sudden it just drop right down. It's like it's listening to me and wants to make me look like I'm an idiot. My chart is not really telling me direction either way. I mean, I got a purple candle in the 1 that I didn't trust. The RSI is right in the middle of everything. It's looking confused right now. Crude's popping up. So when crude pops up, we come down. Wow. Crude's up 100 ticks on this 5-minute candle.
Do my trading sounds come through my headset? I've never used this headset before, in all honesty.
No, just hearing your voice.
Good.
That's it.
Good deal. Well, I did take a trade. I decided to go long on NQ, and the reasoning I also use is VWAP. So we're kind of at a deviation level there, and I still think we're going to fill that gap, and so I'm just going to trust it. But I will say I do like to keep stops pretty tight, but that's been pretty hard in NQ lately. I feel like it's kind of been having to take them a little bit wider.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty wild. These stops you need really at this point 25 points. I'm often going with, which is why I'm down to 1 or 2 micros most of the time. ES big drop there in that candle, 16 points. 5-minute candle just finished down 77 points.
Well, I just realized filling the gap would put my target at what, like 24, 6 something.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of points away.
Yeah. I had the close of Friday at 24,670. So you need about 280 points from here. That'd be a nice trade. Still coming down. So I could have taken that purple on NQ, but I have trouble taking 77-point trigger candles. Because technically my stop's supposed to be at the top of the trigger candle. JC short 6E, that's looking good. Do you have a target, JC?
Wow, gold. You know, I remember I used to scalp gold and I would go for like 10 ticks. And I thought I was doing pretty good. I made $10, you know, on a micro. And you can't really trade gold like that anymore. It does not move one tick at a time like it used to for a minute.
And the spread on the bid and ask is like 6-7 ticks all the time. So if you're
That's crazy.
marketing in, you're gonna start down. And wow, yeah, this is a big rejection on gold.
Yep, I will say my NQ long is not looking great, but we're still in it. I'm hoping it pops up from the end bottom of a little range here around 24,350. If it holds there, I'll feel good. If it drops much lower, I'll probably think about getting out.
I got bells on the 1 minute. I got a blue shade on the 1 minute. Watching for a possible bounce. All right, good luck, JC. I see you just got within 1 tick of your target there. Real quick, actually, if we jump to my system, 6E, this bar right here would have been a short signal for me. This doesn't have the bells on it, but there was bells there too. That would have been a great short on 6E. I do have a 6E chart up, but wasn't paying attention to it. Blue candle on the 1 here on NQ. We're long.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Hit the 9 on the 1, kind of rejected off of it. That was my fear of that. Yep. That was probably dumb to take that right into the 9. That was me jumping into a trade after seeing the blue and not doing my analysis.
Order filled.
Yep, stopped out.
Shoot. I think things are just a little jumpy right now, kind of hopping back and forth. Still trying to decide where we want to go. And good morning, Greg. I see you down there in the chat.
Wow, and then it comes down, stops me out, and then bounces back up. Thank you for that, NQ. I'll remember that. You're not going to get a Christmas card from me. Hey, Greg, nice to see you. Yep, not a guest host, Greg. She's the permanent co-host for the back half of the stream now. This is Melody.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Happy to be here with you guys. That'd be pretty impressive if Ox was doing my voice. That'd be pretty good. Although my voice in the mornings can get pretty low, so it wouldn't be that hard. Wow, so NQ came within probably about 10 points of my stop,
How
and now
wide?
it's above
How
my
wide?
enter.
How wide was your stop?
A little over 60 points. I
Wow.
trade one micro.
Gold trying to
Looks like,
bounce. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, it looks like things are bouncing. I was going to say, I think NQ maybe hit its prior week low, which it's been bouncing off all morning. So I like to look at some of the previous days. I'd probably get a little bit of analysis paralysis, and I've tried to bring my number of indicators down a little bit. But weekly, daily, lows and opens, and highs, lows, and opens. For some reason, I like to look at those. Well, I mean, probably because everyone else does too. That's the reason, but it works sometimes.
RJ likes to say that overnight high and low is one of the most important things you can look at. All right, you got Ron's seal of approval.
Cool, cool. Love it. Love to hear. I will say, if we do a lot, I mean, this could get dangerous because I too will sometimes break out into song.
Oh, hey, we got duets forming possibly.
We'll have a Mighty Ox musical hour where we don't talk at all. We just sing at you guys.
Oh, I've threatened to do a whole stream as a musical.
Man, I love musicals. I did theater and band and stuff in high school, but when I first saw Les Mis in theaters, I was not aware that they didn't talk in the whole film. I'd seen musicals before. I had never seen a musical where they sang every word except like four. So that was an experience, and I don't know if I could do that personally. But random song, I'm all for.
See a bounce here. I like the setup here. Yes, better than I like NQ actually. It's giving me a blue candle, but below the 9, whereas NQ's playing with its 9, which it should do in front of everybody. Do I have an MES chart? I thought I had an MES chart here somewhere. Gosh darn it, someone took my MES chart. Oh, never mind. As I was trying to find an MES chart, everything decided to drop back down. Blue candle went away. That green candle there on gold is dangerous. I want to take it, but I don't know.
I think gold's in one of those dangerous places where it's not really trending, but it's also kind of ranging in a not perfect range, I guess. Tough for me to read for sure.
And indices continue to drop. Oil is heading up. It's almost like you just look at the oil chart and then decide to go the opposite way on the indices. Oil back above 100 a barrel.
There we go. So I did get stopped out, and I swear if it goes up, it's going to go up right now. It's going to go up for all of you guys that are still in along. Yep. I think it's just kind of going to be an interesting Monday. Kind of thought it would be just with the news over the weekend. And still, I think we have kind of a big news week. Don't we have quite a few news things this?
We have CPI on Wednesday. And then on Friday, like there's like 10 different news reports on Friday.
That's just wild too. On a Friday of all things.
Yep, we have PCE price index on Friday, GDP quarter over quarter, durable goods, consumer spending, and a bunch of other lesser reports. And then also on Friday, University of Michigan sentiment and the JOLTS report. I always thought the JOLTS came out before NFP, but apparently not. Wait, you guys are hearing static? Did it just start? Has it just started or has it been here the entire time? Okay. All right. I don't know what it was, but glad it's gone. I could have just made it sound like my amazing technical knowledge made it go away, but I have no idea what that was about. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know what the buzzing sound was. The mouse trap on my desk just caught a mouse. It's an electric mouse trap. I bet you that was it. But I have a
That is
headset.
not.
I have a
That
headset.
is not what I was expecting to hear.
I have a headset on, so now I don't hear the sounds around me. So I didn't even notice it. Yeah, electric trap. As NQ continues to fall, all the indices continue to fall. Gold falling again. Crude up 173 ticks on this 5-minute candle. So while I have no trade, I'm going to quickly empty this trap. And of course, now we should grab a trade and that I'm going to miss because I'm doing that.
All right. Well, I still am not seeing a lot of what I like, but it does look like maybe we might try to break down here. Again, just hanging at that prior week low on NQ and wondering if we'll pop up again, go for that gap, or if we'll go down and maybe go further. But I haven't looked at crude again, so I'm guessing it's still going up.
It's backed up to almost 101 on crude. Nice call, JC, on your euro trade there. That continued down. Lean hogs trying to pop up. Yes, I said lean hogs.
Ooh, things are bouncing. Looks like ES bounced kind of right off VWAP. Made a nice little pop.
Trying to make decisions off the 5 minute versus the 1 minute, because the 1 minute gets me in more trouble. But I hate it when things pop right at the start of a 5 minute candle. You're sitting there waiting for the next 4 minutes to actually enter the trade. And then it goes 70 points, and you're like, now I missed it. Nice work, Sid. Blue candles on my 5 minute charts on every indice except for the Russell. Russell always does its own thing. Pulls back here, though. Exactly what I'm talking about. So, when it goes up the first 2.5 minutes of the 5 minute candle, then it pulls back. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misread what you said your target was. Yeah, I probably should have muted for that, Greg. I sometimes forget I have a mute button.
My question is, why do you need a mousetrap if you have a cat?
A, he's fat and lazy, and B, he's gotten a little overwhelmed by the mouse problem.
Well, fair enough. I say that I've had cats that never once hunted a mouse, so I think you have to have farm cats to actually do that, but
He will catch one every now and then. Well, but the thing is, like, he'll be out in the kitchen and he'll catch one, and then he'll bring it into the living room, set it down, and think it's just going to sit there and it'll run away, and then he won't be able to recatch it. So I've said that he's actually the leader of the mouse relocation program.
Oh my gosh. That's funny too. I do feel like cats have really strict rules that they live by, and if we try to work them too hard, they will revolt. Now, what is working too hard? They get to decide, and you just get to find out when they quit working.
Definitely unique animals.
Man, I thought there for a second something might try to bump up. They might try to shoot up. I like looking at cumulative volume delta, and I do like to look at that just to kind of see overall if there's more buyers or sellers, and that has been completely unhelpful. It looks like it's been pretty flat most of this session. So everyone's still competing. Not sure they want to buy or sell. But I do wish they would decide so that I could hop in on the bandwagon.
I was totally unconfident in those blue candles. Actually, you don't see the blue candle because it's on the 5. That blue candle. So I took it on 1 micro ES on 1 eval. So far, it's not working. So I think I might have been glad that I was totally unsure. The 1-minute chart just looks totally choppy. Gold trying to sneak back up. That's almost a 10-point candle in gold. Reminders, folks, I am streaming tonight for Monday Night Ox, and we're going to be giving away a couple of My Funded Futures evals. I might be giving away something else as well. I have some Funded Futures Network evals to give away too. Also, reminder, we have a overnight London stream this coming Friday, the 13th, starting at 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then when Melody comes on in the morning, I can take a nap.
There you go. I think it's ballsy of you to try that on a Friday with a bunch of news, and it's the 13th.
Well, when I scheduled it, I didn't realize there was all that news. But I did Friday the 13th last month too, and it went okay. So
Yeah. That's good.
and to add to that, it's also contract roll weekend coming up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so even though most people don't roll until the Monday after, you do start seeing some volume go down on as people do switch early. So this ES trade's actually working out now that I took. You see NQ popping up big. That would have, wow, that's a 60-point candle. I'm up 13, 14 points on this micro ES. Wow, that's a $66
Dang.
trade.
That's a really good ES pop to catch. That's great.
Took it off there. Wish I had taken out on the copier. I need to set up MES on the copier. Ace, ace, ace. Don't ever say that to prop traders. Don't ever say welcome home. It gives us PTSD of fast track trading. Greg, before you came in, I was giving you kudos about saying last night that you were going in and holding for a green close on YM. I'm still impressed by that. Their thing was welcome home, Ace. They whenever they tried to convince someone to come join their prop, it was welcome home. I once did an AI graphic of a house on fire with the welcome home sign. Sid long on Tesla. Everything's popping up. Crude pulled back under 100.
I think all you guys that trade Tesla are very brave. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know. Tesla, for some reason, I just feel like I don't have a grasp on when that's going to swing one way or another. Oh, geez.
Whoa. Well, crude just popped up 200 and some odd ticks, and NQ just plopped down 80 points. I don't know why. Only news I'm seeing would be positive. Greek operated tanker with 1 million barrels of oil loaded in Saudi Arabia sails through the Strait of Hormuz. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing Hormuz right, but anyway, if that's the case and it successfully went through, you would think that would cause oil to go down and NQ to go up, but oh my God, crude's up 325 ticks on this 5-minute candle.
It also looks like G7 people came together and have pretty much agreed to let go of the reserves, which also I would think would make oil cheaper.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Great job, JC. Nice, Sid. Sounds like people are having a good Monday. So yeah, glad I got out of that ES tree when I did, because that turned on a dime. Oh, maybe it popped on this news. France's finance minister Lescure says the G7 is not there yet on releasing oil stockpiles. So this is a 103-point NQ candle down.
Well, we'll see. It looks like ES is back at VWAP. It rejected that twice the last time it hit. And it looks like gold is also kind of at the bottom of its opening-ish range area. So it's always one of those things. I wonder is the bottom just going to drop out or is it going to bounce all the way back up?
And he's trying to bounce here a little bit. Of the 20 points on the 1 minute.
Man, remember when like the 5-minute ATR used to be 30?
Yes. Our 5-minute
It's
ATR
wild.
is it's 57, and
Oh, man.
the 1 minute is 39. Even the Dow's ATR on the 5 is 92. Of course, though, if you talk to traders that traded like back before COVID, they'll tell you about how some days ES would have a 5-point range the entire day.
I think that's part of why ES gets a bad rap. I think if people would go back and look at it, they'd think that it now probably moves like NQ did 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like ES has kind of, and they've both gotten bigger. And I wonder that, as we get higher, if ES approaches 10,000, for instance, a 2% move is a lot bigger at 10,000 than 5. So moves just get bigger as we get higher. But then I wonder, is something else going to take over then, come in low, or is RTY going to take over all of our trading? Who knows?
You guys are right. It was the mousetrap. The other irony of the mousetrap, guys, is I use the cat's treats as bait. Apparently, mice love temptations. Still coming down. Now we hit. What do we hit? We hit 313 right before the top of the hour and bounced. Let's see if we bounce again at that area. Crude showing green candles again. Euro's still falling. My girl. That one, Greg? Talking about. YM's popping? Oh, yeah, it did pop. Got down to 651, back up to 688. Hey, market trends. Market trends wants to hear more about the VWAP test.
Ooh, well, looks like ES is still flirting with it. We'll see if it wants to break or not. I've had a little better luck with VWAP on gold, for instance, more so than NQ doesn't really care. ES does like it sometimes. So it's interesting. I like to have VWAP on a chart. I can't say that I ever take actual VWAP like rejection trades or standard deviation moves or anything like that, but I do like to look at it. And I can make it pretty colors. So bonus. I'm really wondering if gold's going to break down here. It looks like it kind of wants to, but still bouncing.
So I'm trying to do equal opportunity here. I just took a YM trade. YM, I'm in at 725, shooting for 810 area. I have to bring up more charts so people can watch more trades. No. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, I don't force trades. I just meant um, like I'm taking trades on YM and ES, but those charts aren't up, so you can see them. So I was just saying I should have said I need to make sure you guys can see the other charts. And we are seeing a pop here a little bit on NQ, trying to turn around. Seeing a blue candle engulfing, trying to form on this 5 minute. 15 minute also has it engulfing. Gold looks ugly on an hourly chart. Why do I have an hourly chart up? It's trying to pop there as well on the 15. Crude pulling back. I should know every time I see something's popping to look at crude and say it's pulling back. Probably could do without even looking at the chart.
I think I'm running into that thing where I'm going to have to pull up a crude chart because I don't normally, but it seems like I might need to just keep an eye on it because it really is affecting everything else.
Euro bounces.
Hey everyone! It's time to gore the like button.
There's your reminder to gore the like button. Show Melody a good welcome by giving us a lot of likes. Now we got a blue candle on the 5 minute here. I actually like it. How big is it? 40 points. YM was the leader here. YM turned before the others did. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Oh, I think buyers might be trying to do something. Volume delta just flipped positive for NQ, which doesn't mean a lot, but does
Order
mean that
filled.
a lot of buyers came in because overnight there was definitely a little bit more seller volume than buyer volume. So something could be trying to happen. I really hope something does. I'm not the best at range trading. I like to do a little. I mean, I like to do a little bit of it, but I'm not that great at it yet. So if we could break out of a range, that would be preferable.
So you're saying you're not home on the range?
I mean, Ironically, I kind of am. No, but not really. I live in the middle of nowhere, which isn't true. I mean, I live in a town, obviously, but I'm in South Dakota, and there's not a lot here.
I'm long 1NNQ on the copier.
Nice, nice. See if it holds a 400 and
Ah.
goes to infinity from there.
Yeah. And trying to give it the space it needed, and I'm going to get hurt. You're not supposed to be rejecting. Crude still showing a red candle. Thank you for blowing my analysis.
Yeah, USC and Greg, I do say South Dakota is pretty, it's unfortunately a large, it's a pretty big state, and so the west half of it is actually really pretty. The east half of it is very flat, and that's where I live. So Spearfish, yes, is very pretty. I do like the Black Hills. It's super nice, and if you ever are through the area, you should go. I could care less about Mount Rushmore, obviously, because I've lived here, but if you ever go see Mount Rushmore, you should enjoy the area for at least a day, because it is really pretty, and there's a lot of fun touristy stuff to do, kind of. Like if you're into, Little House on the Prairie type things. There's a lot of fun stuff. You can probably churn your own butter if you want.
Wow!
There you go. Nice.
It came within 8 points of my stop, and now... Come on. Come on. Did you just get within a point of my target? You got within 2 points of my target.
Order filled.
Target hit. 34-point win.
Nice.
We're back to green on the day. Fargo's North Dakota, Ron. For those of you that missed it earlier, send Ron some best wishes. He's currently communicating with us from a hospital bed. Wow. So that's why you put your stop at the right place. If we go to a 5-minute chart, I entered this trade off this blue candle. I say my stop should be at the very bottom of the wick. If I had it any other place, that came all the way down, and I was over 100 ticks underwater on that trade, and then it went flying back up. Now, I was more confident to stay in the trade because oftentimes I'll cut something if it's going against me that bad because I was watching crude oil still have a red candle.
Man. That was a good hold. I have a hard time when I'm looking at like engulfing candles and things like that. I definitely see the value in them. For whatever reason, I would always get caught like where you see it's like blue and then purple or purple and then blue. So it's always like one engulfing candle and then it just will engulf the other way. And I always get caught on that.
And that's exactly why I have a bot that's written for these engulfing candles, and that's exactly why I can't let it run unaided, because it can get caught in that chop like that and keep taking the blue, purple, blue, and next thing I know it's 3 stop outs within the 3 candles, and it's like. See you, Greg. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, wait, I still have a YM trade on. I forgot about it. Did it hit target? It did. So the YM trade hit target as well.
Looks like gold's trying to get right back into its range from earlier this morning. It teased a little bit of a breakout down, and I definitely bit on that tease. So we'll see if it actually does keep going down. But I might have a red day for the morning, and that's okay. I tell myself that on streams, and then after I'll just cry privately.
How long do you usually trade in the day? Just the mornings, or do you trade into the afternoon normally as well? Or
I definitely do like to be at the charts kind of all day. I feel like I did just hit that 2-year mark, but I feel like I'm still kind of paying market tuition, and I feel like I need those hours in front of the charts. But I do kind of feel like it's been coming down to where I kind of trade the first couple hours, and then I kind of watch things, and then if stuff starts to look fun around, 2 o'clock power hour area, I'll jump in. But I've tried to cut my volume of trades down, mostly so that I lose less. I also win less, but I lose less, which is good. And I think that's just kind of the sweet spot of like finding your groove of, are you intraday swinging? Are you, scalping? Are you somewhere in between? And then just kind of figuring out what time frames work for you too. I feel like that just adds to it. But I do try to keep trades definitely under 10 a day, which I do pretty good at most of the time. But then there's some days where some days it's just like a trade back and forth. I'll take 10 trades and end up flat because it's just like win, loss, win, loss. So days like that aren't as bad, but sometimes I'll get stuck in a losing streak. So I just like to cut it at 10 and call it a day.
and Q slammed right back down here. Sid, she's doing both.
Yeah, actually, I think that actually helped with one of my issues of I was just having a disconnect where I was passing evals on minis and then trying to trade micros on fundeds. And it's a good plan. For whatever reason, the psychology just didn't really work for me because I was used to winning $200 a trade, not $20 a trade, and that got old pretty fast. So I started trade because I only trade micros on my personal account. So I try to trade from personal and copy that to props, especially if I have any funded prop accounts, which I actually currently don't. Um, but I do like to copy them over that way, and that's added a level of uh, accountability, I think, that I didn't have before. Because we always say when you're trading your own money, it hurts a lot more to lose than it does trading props money, because even if you invest in the eval and whatever fees come with it, you're not trading 50K of your own money. So it's just it's so weird to try to get past that hurdle. But I do think personal accounts help with that for sure, if you're in a place to be able to do that anyway.
And Q turns right back around.
So, Ox, when you're taking gold trades, are you still doing putting your stop at the bottom of the signal candle?
Yes. Um,
How big have those been?
they're usually more than 10 points, and It's sometimes been more than 20, but I don't take any more than 1 micro on gold at this point. But honestly, if it's too big, I'll just stay out. But because I also find out that, yeah, I also, at least it appears to me that when a candle is way bigger than anything around it, that the next candle tends to pull back at least some. So I'm always hesitant to get in on a huge candle anyway. So, but yeah,
For
I
sure.
mean, I don't mind 10 points on 1 micro. It's $100 risk. I don't mind that. Badly.
No.
I tell myself I should be willing to take up to a $200 risk per trade based on where my accounts are sitting right now on drawdown wise. Although I've been sticking more with 100.
I don't think taking the safe route is a bad idea, especially when it comes to gold,
Yeah.
which is trying to pop back up to VWAP. So we'll see what it does there.
Guys are about to hear buzzing again. I think. It kills them instantly. I got these traps yesterday, Jay. Um, Amazon delivered them in the afternoon, and I believe that one was number 14 since I've set the traps. Sideways here. Thank you. Unsure what it was to do with gold popping up nicely. Crude's also kind of looking unsure, which is probably why NQ's unsure. You've heard several now on this stream, Mace.
That's a really efficient and effective trap. 14 in a day?
Well, I have 4 traps.
Okay. Well, still, that's pretty good though. Now I understand why Eddie needed the help. I can see how he was feeling a little stressed. No, I'm just joking.
Well, from what I understand, we have a bunch of businesses around here that deal with like food and grain products like ADM. And apparently ADM and these other companies are to deal with their mouse problem, instead of killing them, they're using repellent. And
Oh,
causing
nice.
that's causing the mice that would normally be messing there to go and spread out around the city and go into people's houses instead. To the point that apparently someone's actually considering a class action suit. So that's one of the reasons I have a bet. I mean, the other is that my house sucks, and there's probably like 3,000 places they can enter the house. But
I don't know. I feel like a class action might not be a bad idea. I do think that that is the dumbest thing they could do for mice, because I feel like grain areas specifically, they like to, like, there's a lot of them around there, so it's definitely rude. I don't have I'm fortunate. Our garage doesn't have mice. We have bats though, around here that like to get in our attics, and they're basically just flying mice. I don't like them.
In all seriousness, the mouse problem in this house is a very serious issue at this point, and I can't put. If I could, I'll put poison down, but I can't because of Eddie. If he does end up catching a mouse that has poison in his system, and he doesn't usually eat the mice, but even just enough that if he bites into it, I can't take that chance.
Now I think with cats, yeah, the hotels and I feel like you're doing the right thing. I feel like instant kill is more humane than poison. Not a threat to Eddie. So I feel like you're doing the right thing. I just can't imagine personally, because I'm such a baby when it comes to things like rodents and bugs. And I don't know. We have them in South Dakota, but they're not as big as they are in other places. So I've always thought I'd love to live in, Arizona or Australia or something exotic. And then I'm like, yeah, but what kind of spiders do they have? How big are they? If they're bigger than my face, it's a hard no.
I think Australia has like 10,000 different animals that can kill you.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
Unfortunately, Mike, at times there is an odor of burnt hair. Doesn't linger though, thankfully. NQ back up to 486. Overnight high was 495, so it needs to try and get back through that overnight high to maybe take us higher. Can it take us higher? And there it is. It hit 496. I've tried that once, JC, and the ramp kept falling off. But it is another idea. I like the instant kill versus forcing something to drown, though. I hate not being humane. So just like snap traps, I don't like using snap traps because there was one time I heard this terrible sound, and somehow a mouse got his leg stuck in the snap trap and was dragging it around with him as he was screaming. Now this is back years ago, so I was still able to somewhat easily track it down and release the trap, but it's just not a sound I want to hear.
I think the worst part you're in is that you can't do the trap and release, because I know that's a lot of people like to, because that's essentially what everyone else is doing, which is causing the problem. So
Yeah.
it's got to do something. We really do have people around here though that'll just go to farms, local farm, because every farm has wild cats, and then they just, once you've got them, they're around forever. So we do have people will just go to a friend that they know that has a farm and say, hey, you got a couple cats, I have a mouse problem. They bring the cats to their house. They basically just live as strays in their yard area and then take care of their mouse problem. But I've always thought that was so weird, because we're essentially just trafficking stray cats to use them for our purposes.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Sid. And MR, welcome. This is Melody, my new co-host. She'll be with us for the back half of the streams each day.
Man, what is gold doing?
Slow grind.
What is
Well,
it doing?
I guess I can't really call it a slow grind because they're like big candles, but the candles look like a slow grind. RJ, I would come on your live stream, but I don't know anything about hockey. Oh, okay. MR doesn't understand hockey either, so all right, maybe I can stop in next time. And Q kind of just slowing down here. How's everybody doing, guys? Red, green, or somewhere in between? Sorry to hear that, Teo. Manageable red, Teo? Do you need to lock yourself out? Why did the bell just pop up? Oh, wait a minute. My stream's behind. That's why. Okay. Scared me for a minute. I thought things were happening without me doing it. There we go. Hey, JJR. Good to hear that. 6 days in a row of the payout. Excellent. That's
Well, just community goals right there.
yeah, that's quite the streak. Lock yourself out, Teo, if you need to. Not out of the house. Although that would help you not trade either.
Ouch. Well, that gold pop took me out.
Oh. Oh, wow. That was a huge pop. 16 points on this 5-minute candle. Wow. So, yeah, gold pop and crude's is sideways. Have a great day, JC. And then Q running here as well now. Now, it's interesting. I mean, crude's coming down a little bit, but it's not coming down as fast as things are rising. NQ is at high a day. Looking to close the gap.
I swear if it closes the gap now, though, I might scream. I'll mute first, but I'll scream.
Teo. Yep. JJR, just be careful of that manual lockout feature, because if you use it, it doesn't just lock you out of one account, it locks you out of every account with that firm. So if you like hit a target, or even hit a stop on one TPT account and hit the lockout, you're not going to be able to trade the others if you wanted to continue trading on the others. So just keep that in mind. I hope they adjust that in the future. they're better at making changes than they used to be, but they're still very, very slow. Sid Chase, good call on a potential gold reversal here as it comes back down by 6. Still a good call, even if you missed it.
Those look like indices might have found some momentum to break up. And, I say that and it could obviously do the opposite right now, but it does look like something might happen today. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the indices keep surprising. You keep expecting just multiple days of carnage just because, we've been, up in this area for so long. Everyone keeps predicting this huge pullback, and you get a day where you have a big red day, and you expect that to continue, and then it recovers the next day, and it really doesn't. Wait, wait a minute. That's a sentence I didn't expect to read. Some lady called you to give her peacocks? You have peacocks, Sid, down there on the farm? Oh, do you want peacocks? Never quite know what you're going to read on the stream. So I got blue shaded areas, which usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, but can start indicating a reversal on the 1, the 5, and the 15 on NQ. We try to have fun here. Yeah, there's a pretty big pullback there on gold. That 5-minute candle finished down 13 points. I remember in gold went about 13 points in a day. That happens in 5 minutes.
Gold is something too where I get caught with the spread sometimes. When it does those big jump candles like that, I'm like, who just jumped it 10 points?
Yeah.
But then I think, if I had, $1 billion as a business, for example, and I could make $1 billion a day trading gold like that, I would have an algo to do it. I just wonder if it's going to drive, obviously, like the market always goes up. We say that there's recessions, there's pullbacks and stuff like that, but market's always going up. So we're always going to get higher values. And I just wonder how fast that's going to move in these next couple of years, because I feel like it's been exponential even since I started, and I haven't been in the game that long.
Well, Sid Chase is our metals expert. He's called most of these moves. He's been in metals for, forget how long, Sid, have you been in metals? It's been over a decade. So he's been calling a lot of these moves. So I think he called 6,000. Didn't you call 6,000 on gold within the next year? I think I would remember some of this stuff, but I slept since then.
I mean, I could see it for sure. It's early. It's so early, and we're just already flirting with. I mean, we're up to 52. So
But then you have
I don't know.
silver, which hit an all-time high like 10 years before it finally hit its re-hit its all-time high recently. So,
It's true.
I don't think I could handle holding long-term trades like on gold and so, because it's just like I want resolution so quick. Yes, you have, Sid. Yes, you have. Like I said, I consider you our metals expert, Sid. Although I'm not like paying you or anything for that expertise. Not been added to the payroll yet. G7 continues to tease about oil, says it's ready to take necessary measures, which includes oil stockpile release, but yet they still haven't actually said they're going to actually release stockpile. Getting a red candle here on NQ.
Hey, MR, I like the first day on the stream. I think think I'm gonna get the hang of it over a few days or weeks, but I think it's been fun. I like chatting too during the day, and I think that a lot of us kind of get isolated. And part of it, I like being isolated, so I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. But it is nice to just kind of run things by each other, bounce ideas off each other. And there have been times where I'm on a stream of something else, any other time, and they'll say something, and it is a fine line of like I don't want to be convinced to take trades by people on streams, but I do sometimes get like keep myself out of some stupid trades because someone will remind me like, hey, we just had an engulfing candle, or hey, we just hit this EMA, and I'll think, oh, well, that explains why my trade idea didn't work because I'm not looking at that particular thing. But I think it's just nice to have other people kind of pop in like that. So I think it should be a good time.
NQ giving me a purple candle here, but we'll see how it goes. It got 5 minutes. Actually, that's going to lead us to the end of the stream here in 5 minutes. So oh, wow. Big pullback there. It's a 42-point candle so far.
Wow. That was quick.
Was. Comes back up though, getting kind of wicky. By the way, nice RJ, and well, Greg's not here, but there YM did indeed hit 47,000, got up to 47,078.
Hey. I always think I should trade YM, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't, but I always think I should. So kudos to you guys for catching those.
RJ thinks everybody should trade YM. Oh, NQ right back up, so
I think where I
good.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think the problem is I pull up a YM chart and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna trade it. Why do I do that? I didn't do that with anything else. You know, I looked at ES and NQ charts for months before I put a trade on them. But YM, I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna pull it up, trade it. Here we go. So that's where I get stuck. I just get too cocky when I pull up new stuff. I'm curious if anyone has noticed, because you know, sometimes we get stuck around what I would call meme numbers, like 420, obviously, 69, you know, the common ones. I've wondered if anyone else has noticed that we get caught at 67 a little bit more recently, or variations of 6-7, because that's like all the rage. And I just say that because I feel like ES specifically has hung around 66, 67 today, and now we're hitting 6,700, and I just feel like people are trolling us.
I never thought of that. That would be an interesting thing to study.
But yeah, when I was just looking in the chat. When I pull up new charts, I don't know. It's hard to explain because I don't like to be that trader that's just like, I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel the intuition of the market. But for some reason, I do need to watch how things move for like a month or two just to kind of get an idea of how it responds to the indicators that I use and how it responds to certain news events, different volume events, stuff like that. And YM, you know, you'd think it'd be really similar to the indices like the ES and NQ, and it really is similar. Like, it's definitely not like you're trading something entirely different, but it does move a little different. And I just never took the time to get a grasp on how big are the swings, you know, even just changing the way you count your ticks can get hard. And so I just feel like learning new things needs to take a little bit of time, and I definitely am. I'm definitely guilty of jumping the gun a little bit on some of that stuff.
All right, folks. We've reached the end of our time together today. Melanie, I hope you've enjoyed your first day.
Yeah, rock on. Hope you guys have me back.
Absolutely.
Just kidding.
You get glowing reviews. So anyway, hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Remember, I am back tonight at 7:30 Eastern time for a couple of hours. We're going to be giving away some My Funded Futures evals on the Monday Night Ox. So I hope you all join me then. And until tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow, Melanie. And have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. If I ever find my software, there it is. There it is.